Hello, hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Much happy and excited to be here. One, it's because I've really missed you guys. It's long since we had some sit downs, get to talk, get to have conversation. Second, because it's a new year. This is sit down to record this new year. And I know it has been long. I've really missed this. I feel it has been so long, and I'm so much excited. First and foremost, Happy New Year! Happy 2025. I really don't know where to start. I feel I have so much to say. I feel I have a lot of excitement. I feel I have a lot of things that I need to share with you guys. I really don't know where to start. But first and foremost, thanking God for the closure of 2024 and getting to have a minute of thinking how 2024 was. It was a year that, for me personally, it had several wins, it had a lot of lessons, it had some difficulties here and there, but I can say in it all, my good God was faithful. I can sit down and say that his heart was light upon me. Because one thing I keep on saying is, at times when challenges becomes many, we get to run more, lessons becomes many, and at times we get to grow faster. There's no way we can grow when at times we are not facing challenges here and there. So for me, getting to embark on 2024 and getting to get to ask myself my high moments, my low moments, my highlight of the year. I can't say 2024 was a bad year for me because it's a year that I experienced new things. It's a year that opened me doors. It's a year that at times, it's a year that I experienced a season that I can say was new to me. And I think in my plan for this year, I'm really planning to come here and at times get some times of stories and such like. I'll be getting to share. If someone asked me in general or maybe in 2, 3 words, I explained 2024. I think I can say the year was challenging, but with a lot of wins. That's one thing I can say. It was challenging, but it had a lot of wins. Because I'm one person who always believe in never giving up. And I would wish that all of us have that motto within ourselves that whatever come may, not giving up. You hold yourself, you affirm yourself, and you move forward. So getting to look on my year 2024, first and foremost, 2024 is the year that I started this YouTube channel. And I can say it's now 5 months since I started my channel. And I'm glad. One, it will be possible if it weren't for you guys. Thank you so much for showing me love. Thank you so much for showing me support. Thank you for those who have subscribed. We are now 500 plus subscribers. It's something that I didn't see coming this faster. And I can just say that it's God. And thank you for your support also. And for anyone who still haven't subscribed, as we join into this new year, kindly make a point of subscribing. And also for those people who have been encouraging me, those people who at times who have been telling me, you know what, upload another video. It's long since you gave us a video, and that one gives me that oomph of like, oh, okay, so people watch my videos. At times, there's a time by the end of the year, I'd really been thrown on videos because I was so up and down. That's why you can realize that by the end of 2024, I did a lot of vlogs just because I was up and about, having a lot to do, closing a year. And people were like, no, you've been so quiet on YouTube, kindly upload a video. And I was like, it felt good. So thank you so much for the support. And I can say, if someone asked me my high moment or my highlight of 2024, I can say it's having a YouTube channel. Because how I started it and how I have seen the progress so far, it's something that I didn't imagine of this faster. And it's giving me that great energy and even great zeal to now kick up on 2025, to kick up on this new year and look forward on more growth, look forward on learning more and more, because this is a platform where you get to learn, where you get to challenge yourself in one way or another. So that I can say is my highlight for 2024. There are things I achieved here and there, some that are a bit personal, and also I can say I got a rhyme of getting God's teachings in a more profound way. There's a way God deals with someone, gets to take you through issues, to just come out victorious and come out with a moral lesson. So I can say 2024, God taught me. That is something that I can sit and say that God taught me. And that is something that I'm always happy about. I like when I undergo issues and come out victorious, seeing God. And let's not talk much about 2024. It's gone. It was a nice year. It had challenges, but we conquered. That's why we are here. And you should celebrate yourself for seeing 2025 and also thank God. And we celebrate God a lot for making us testimonies that we have seen 2025. And as the year starts, have you made your New Year resolutions? Are you the kind of people who write down resolutions? Are you the kind of people who just let God? Are you the kind of people who at times have our resolutions in our minds? Are you the kind of people who have maybe goals, 5 year goals, and maybe by the end of every year you just go and tick, 2024 I achieved this, 2025 I'm waiting for this. I know we are all different and it's all good. Whatever works for you works for you. And I think there are times I used to get to write resolutions, maybe when the year was beginning and that like, and it got to a point and I was like, writing it down is not the real issue. Articulating them is the real issue. Maybe by the time the year is starting, there's always this time that you always get to sit down and you're like, I achieved this and this in my last year. What do I want to achieve in this new year? I also had such times and I got to think about what I need for the new year. And actually this year was different because I just purposed to have my crossover just in my house, just in my quiet space. And it was so heavenly. Something that I think I haven't done for many years. Most of the times I'm always there outside out and about, either in caches or in places there house. And this time I purposed, I think on that first, I had purposed to go somewhere. Then I was like, let me go home, take a shower, prepare a bit, and get out. But when I came to the house, I felt a spirit and I felt something telling me, why can't you just cross over here? Why can't you just be here? Just have a time of thanking God, have a time of evaluating the stages that God has taken you in the past years, and look forward of maybe what you want in 2025. And that's what I did. I always at times feel good. It's always good at times to obey your conscience. Whatever at times your conscience tells you, just obey it. And I was like, okay. At times I was like, I feel it's gonna be boring. I'll feel bored. I'll feel like I haven't started my year with the hype and such like. But there was something that was just speaking in me. This is how your year gonna be. And I was like, well, I was just relaxed in my house. I came prepared some refreshments, just sat down and I started reflecting. And when I was just here seated, and at around maybe 11 p.m., I was like, no, it's 1 hour. 2024 is gone. And I just started like thanking God on the things that he has done for me. Just telling God thank you. And I got myself so emotional. I got myself so soaked up in prayer. I really prayed and I realized I had a lot to thank God for. I realized I had so many things that I was thanking God for. And that amazed me. It was a very emotional moment because I really cried. Hey, there are those times that you just in the presence of God, you're just seated, and every thought that is coming to your mind is just making you cry. You wipe your tears and you get to think of something else that God did for you, and you just shed tears again. I was like, okay, I have accepted this is my fate. This is how I'll cross over my year. I'll cross over my year with tears of thanksgiving, tears of joy, because I was just super excited as the year was ending. And I welcomed my 2025 in a very joyous way. I welcomed it in a very in a thanksgiving manner. Because as the year was coming in, I just committed the things that I would like God to do for me. Because the year started when I was just a session of prayer. So my resolutions, I made them in that session of prayer, in the presence of God. And it was just so heavenly for me. And I actually, after I finalized the prayers now, after no, it's now New Year, and now the neighbors and all over, I could hear shouts here and there because people were seeing fireworks and such like. I now took my notebook and like started noting down. You know, in that duration of prayers, there were things I would feel like God was communicating to my mind, and I was like, okay. I got some reading for the year, the reading that gonna lead me through the entire year. I got some Bible verses that I listed down, and like I got my, what can I say, my theme of the year. You see, like how we go to church and you see now the church has written, oh, this is the year of what, this is the year of what. I also got a theme that I will like be following. This is my theme, this 2025. This is the year of what and what. Now I wrote all those things down. And I like noted down the things that I was feeling like I need to do this year. And though much were not even, and what I realized from the entire session that I had with my God, there's a certain word when we were at home for Christmas, and when we had our family gathering as we were partying and now coming back to Nairobi, there's a certain word that my dad gave us, that each and every year we get to ask God to bless us with new blessings, new blessings, new blessings. And is there a time you have ever sat and you are like, God has blessed me with this. Now, how can I take care of this blessing? And that is a word that night came to me in a different way. And I was like, yes, there are these things that I have thanked God for. He has done me in the recent years. 2024, there are these things that God has. And now, God was bringing this aspect of 2025. Why can't you embrace these blessings? And like, what can I say? You work hard more to maintain them. Because at times God usually gives us blessings and we rush to ask for more blessings and we forget what He has done for us initially, and we end up at times losing these first blessings because we're not there to like embrace it. You see, like when you get a blessing of what, let's say you blessed with a baby. If at all you don't breastfeed this baby, you don't like, this baby gets to weaning, gets to now taking some hard foods, there's like a process. And if you don't take care of this blessing, and you just know that God has given me a baby and you leave the baby at, yani you just leave it, no care, no attention, that baby cannot grow. And that is the scenario that I was seeing with the blessings that God gives to us. There are some blessings that we usually receive and we fail to embrace it rightly. And one way or another, these blessings, they fade away. These blessings at times they get to leave us. These blessings at times, they don't stay with us just because we don't take time at times to embrace them and to work hard more to maintain them. Because God's blessings, they require at times that time of embracing, and you work hard to also sustain them within you. And that is something that I have carried as I'm starting this new year. The things that God has given me, what am I doing to like, what can I say? Let me look for a better word. Yeah, what am I doing like to embrace them? What am I doing that these blessings will be mine and mine in totality? Because at times you see, God is there, He has blessed you with a marriage. And now after you get married or after you marry, you like see it as a norm. And you now start focusing on other blessings. You start telling God, now I want work, I want maybe you give me employment, or what maybe you give me what, you give me what, and you forget about this first blessing. And maybe as time goes by, as you're concentrating on other things, you forget about the first blessings. This blessings fails to, at times it fades away, at times it's taken out of your way. And this is something that I would like to urge us, that as much as we are having New Year resolutions and we are planning to venture on so many things in this new year, don't forget of what you achieved last year. Don't forget of the things that you have right now. Let it also be a resolution of embracing that what you had, and it's work at times. Some things to embrace and to sustain them within your reach, you have to work hard. You have to be on your toes to ensure that the blessings remain within your reach. So that is something that was coming to me mightily. As much as I may try to focus on whatever I may want to achieve in 2025, let me also not forget on embracing, on at times sustaining the blessings that I had the last year, the blessings that God had blessed me with, and also do all it takes to ensure that the blessings are within my reach. And that's how at times we get growth. And that's how at times you get to grow, because you're not adding up and the things that you had before they are getting lost. You are adding up and what you had is still there. It's like you know continuing to pile up a blessing and another. That is something I felt I need to share with you guys, because it's something that came to me and it got a much sense, because we celebrate blessings but we forget to work hard on maintaining them. That's why at times we'll always be losing things. We'll always be at times losing employment, at times you lose marriages, at times such issues. Not that things do not happen and at times we lose some of these things, but where you can, please do. The blessing you have, guard it jealously. Guard it with a lot of hard work and a lot of zeal, that it will not like be taken away by anyone. Because we always say that the devil, he came to steal, to destroy. Yeah. The joy you had, the joy you attained, when you get in that thing, you see how when you telling people that you're getting married, the joy you had when you had that firstborn of yours, when you got that employment, when you got that job that you have somewhere, that joy you had, you used to tell everyone, do you know what God has done for me? That joy, the enemy is coming to steal it. And don't allow that the things that made you happy in 2024 will give you sorrow in 2025 just because you see it as a norm. Let's stop normalizing things and we will be on our toes to guard them, we'll be on our toes to maintain them, we'll be on our toes to even sustain them to remain within our reach. That is a resolution that I would urge each and every one of us to have. In your list of resolutions, mahali ulikuwa umefikisha, that point where you are, maybe you are at point 5, add that one at point 6, so that we'll be able to pile up our blessings and not have new blessings as the older blessings are becoming maybe sorrows and tears to us. And other than that, there are a lot of other things that keep lingering in my mind. And I'm looking forward that by God's grace, I'll be able to attain them. And by God's grace, I'll be able to achieve them. My much concentration this year, I want to have a balanced life. And this is a challenge that at times that gets to happen. You realize that your spiritual, your social, your career and such like, and maybe family, they are not at par. We get to be carried away by career so much, especially people who are in business and such like. You get to realize that you don't have at times time for social, you don't have time for social activities and such like. You don't have time for family, and you don't have time for spiritual nourishment, for God, for prayers, for reading the word and such like. And my most desire this year is to just have a balanced life, be able to balance things. Whatever can wait, it should wait. If it's time for spiritual nourishment, I can be able to tell my career activities to wait. If it's time for social activities, everything else should wait. If it's time for family, everything else should wait. Knowing when to say no, to have limits that this is time for this is time for this is time for this. This is something that I really want to venture on. Come this new year, this is another resolution that I'm really looking forward to. And now, in relation to that, I want to, in each and every aspect of my life, I want to have goals. I have goals that I want to attain by the end of the year. And I felt that this is a way that I'll be able to approach each and every part of my life well. If at all it's business wise is career, this is, I want to attain this and this. If it's spiritual wise, I want to attain this and this. If at all it comes to my socializing and all that, there's this and this that I want to attain. If it comes to family, I want to attain this and this. And I would wish that we all have goals in that kind of arena. Because you'll find yourself that there's no part that is failing. Because maybe in a time, 2 3 months, you'll be like, I want to evaluate how am I progressing. And it's always good, by the way, have those maybe mid-year, quarter-year sessions of evaluating how your year is going on. Let it not be a point that maybe come December, it's when you'll get to go back to your set resolutions. You're like, what did I attain in that year? Have those sessions maybe by, you'll be January, February, March. By the end of March, just sit down and be like, what have I been doing for those 3 months? What did I attain? What did I attain? This is one thing that will help us to achieve some of these resolutions that we're setting. Because before it becomes a long term, the short terms, you are being able to attain. Because at times having very long term me, very long time resolution and such, like it might be a bit hard to achieve. But when you set it by the end of March, I want to see what I will have attained. If it's issues to do with saving and such, like anything that you've set that you want to achieve, evaluate it. By the end of 3 months, have an evaluation. By the end of June, evaluate yourself again. When we get to September, October, evaluate yourself again. And now by the end of the year, when you'll be evaluating yourself, even if you have failed, at least there are some, you made collections on March, you made another collection on June, at least there will be something that you will put a tick. Because it's always a joy when it's December and you're putting some ticks on some things that you wanted to attain. So let's have those evaluation points in between the year. And also something else, as I've said, ensure that you distribute your your resolutions in all aspects of life. Don't just purpose on goals that are just focusing on how, I'll save this kind of money, how I'll buy this and this, and you forget about other aspects of life. Also, purpose, I want to be meeting my brothers, my sisters. Maybe after a certain period of time, I want to be visiting my parents. Focus about family. I want to be taking my children for an out. I want to be having some family meetings, maybe outside our home area. Such and such things. If it's spiritual wise, purpose. If at all I don't have anything that is so that there is an emergency that is hindering me to be on a Sunday service, I want to ensure that every Sunday I'm in church. If at all there are occasions, if at all you even set by a day in a week that you'll be fasting and such, like maybe in that year you want to visit prayer center maybe several times. Maybe in that year you want to read the Bible, you want to understand seven books in the Bible. Any have distributed resolutions even. Don't focus on just one side and you forget the other part. Because it's always very important when you have a balanced life. And it's usually so good. Also, things to do with social activities. These are activities that are always very important at times. Don't ever ignore the place of friends in your life, because social life is something that is usually very key. Have time, by the way, for social activities. Have weekends that you like. This weekend, I will not be working. I will not be in career activities. I'll just sit by, have few friends, go somewhere, just go have fun, just go have stories. Yeah, it's very important. Have such resolutions. Imagine these are things that at times we will fail to focus on, and they are things that will help us even to attain the other much serious, in quotes, serious resolutions. Because at times the things we want to achieve, they are too big, and at times without having this, maybe resolutions, you cannot. Maybe you want to start working it and start with those small things that at times are attainable. Because at times when we focus on so many and big things, to attain them may look so hard. But when you have very short-term and little resolutions, by attaining them, you will feel energized, you'll feel happy, and this will help you even to look forward to attaining those bigger resolutions and such like, and maybe goals and set things and such like. So let's ensure that we cut across our entire life. If at all you're in school, if at all wherever you are at, just ensure you cut across each and every aspect of your life. Don't leave even one. So if at all you had made your resolutions, kindly go check whether the resolutions are cutting across the entire part of your life. Is there a place where your spiritual life is touched? Is there a place where your social life is touched? Is there a place where family is touched? Family, the internal family, you maybe in your small family and also the extended family. Is there a place where career is there? And also the issue to do with saving and such like. Always have a resolution about how you need to save. This is something that I feel we need to also emulate. There's if at all you have a salary or you have a job, always have a resolutions on how you saving, because we always say there are times I always remember, like the issue of corona that came. This is something that taught us that if at all you didn't have something that you saved, and maybe that employment or maybe the job you couldn't have opened and such like. That is something that taught us that something can come, a cross down can come, and if you don't have anything in your pocket or in your bank somewhere, you'll end up even sleeping hungry. Your children will end up suffering in such like. So, in each and everyone's resolution, if at all you work in somewhere you have an income, a place where you get 2 shillings, if at all it's possible according to your means, just ensure that at least you save something. This is something I always encourage people. It's always very important, because there's no one who ever knows about tomorrow. Life is always very unpredictable. And to avoid those times of uncertainties, times that your mind might get to broke because of situation and circumstances, always ensure that you save something. So if you had not made a resolution about your savings, kindly go back to that book. Kindly check. If at all you had plans about saving last year, they didn't work, kindly get to know what best you can do to ensure that this year they will work. This is something that is very key and very important, because it saves us a lot of hassles just in case of an emergency or just in case of an unexpected thing. So it's very important, it's very key. So ensure that you touch each and every area of your life. And another thing that I always say, God will always read you, and you will always feel a reading from within you. Your conscience will always direct you on the best thing to do. Learn to follow your conscience, learn to follow the spirit of the Lord also, because there's something that the Lord will always be directing you to do. And at times maybe you like, no, I don't want. If God has purposed that a certain thing will happen to your life, however much you may try to run away from it, it will take longer, but it will still happen. So if at all the Spirit of the Lord convicts you to do something, at times it may not be so okay with you. But if it's the Lord, just admit as early as possible. Because at times we may plan things, we may say things, and the Spirit of the Lord comes and convicts you otherwise. The Spirit of the Lord comes and convicts you to do something very contrary from whatever you wanted. Maybe you didn't want even to relocate to a certain country, but the Spirit of God comes and tell you, do not what from a certain man. This and this will be happening and you have to relocate. What can you do? Those are the doings of the Lord. So always be there, surrendering to God, and like, even if these are my set goals, if they are not accordance to your will, let your will be. And I know by that we'll be able to conquer 2025. And by the end of 2025, we will still sit back and say, oh, thank you, God. This happened, this happened. And to my YouTube channel, I'm planning to have now back to back sit downs. I'll be here. We'll be having talks day by day, day by day. I'm now back to me. I feel I've settled. I feel I'm now onto my toes. I want to now to have talks, because I feel I have a lot that we need to talk about. I feel I have a lot of stories that I need to come and share with you guys, and I know we'll get to interact more and more. So be ready. Yes, wait for me. I'll be coming on your screens each now and then. I'm purposing to be giving you videos. I'm purposing to be dropping videos maybe most probably on Tuesdays and on Fridays. That's what I'm purposing, on Tuesday and Fridays. And if possible, if I drop another one in between the week, still okay. So two videos in a week, if possible, three. And I'm looking forward for your support. Kindly continue supporting me, continue subscribing, continue viewing, liking, and commenting. Those are the things that motivates me to continue moving more and more. So looking forward to interacting more, looking forward to having more conversations, looking forward for us to learn together, to enlighten each other, and even to teach each other. Because one thing with life, we always keep learning. So if you get an opportunity of learning, try to learn. So you much welcome. Welcome back to 2025. You back to our talks, back to our conversations, back to our learning lessons, and I know we'll all enjoy. And until next time, bye bye. Love you.